Here's what Dallas Cowboys fans need to know about the team heading into the 2019 NFL Draft. Where are the Cowboys picking? Without a first-round selection, here's where the Cowboys currently stand. Dallas picks round 1, none. Amari Cooper trade, round 2, no. 58 overall round 3, number 90 overall round 4, no. 128 overall round 4, no. 136 overall, comp, round 5, number 165 overall round 6, none. Bene Benwikere trade, round 7, no. 241 overall, Cowboys and Colts alternate picking 26th and 27th in each round due to the two teams finishing with the same 10-6 record, postseason appearances and strength of schedule. Mocks, there are several positions the Cowboys could address at number 58, but Sports Day contributor John Owning has the Cowboys going defensive line with their first selection. See his full 7-round mock draft, round 2, no. 58 overall, Zach Allen, DL, Boston College. Owning, many have already penciled in a safety here, but if Washington's Taylor Rapp, Florida's Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Mississippi State's Jonathan Abram and Virginia's Juan Thornhill are already off the board, which is very possible, the Cowboys need to go in another direction. Zach Allen is one of the most productive defensive linemen in this class, posting at least 10 tackles for loss in 3 straight seasons at Boston College. He saved his most productive season as a pass rusher for last, finishing with 6.5 sacks, 18 QB hits and 31 pressures, all career highs, in 2018. Listed at 6'4", 281 pounds with 34 3/4-inch arms, Allen's size and play style give him the versatility to play either defensive tackle or end. Here's what some national mock drafts have the Cowboys doing in the second round. Needs by position. The Cowboys have filled enough holes on their roster that they are basically in position to draft the best player available when they go on the clock next week. With that said, there are still some positions with bigger needs than others. To get you ready for this year's NFL Draft, we're counting down the 7 positions that have the biggest need on Dallas' roster. Number 7, cornerback. Number 6, running back. Number 5, tight end. Number 4, wide receiver. Number 3, defensive end. Number 2, defensive tackle. No. 1. Safety. Pre-draft visitors. The Cowboys' offseason objective continues to be not spending big in free agency but doing enough so they aren't forced to fill any one position in the draft. With that in mind, the field of possible draftees seems wide open, but here's our running list of Dallas pre-draft visitors that could give fans a jump on knowing which prospects could hear their names called by Dallas come the draft. What the Cowboys are saying. Here's what Stephen Jones had to say during Dallas pre-draft press conference about potentially targeting the safety position in the draft. Jones, I think you can always improve any position. Obviously, if you look at the resources we have there, whether it be money or quality of pick, then it's probably got the least amount of resources that have been put toward any position on our team. ... Certainly if a really good safety showed up that we think can improve us at some point in the draft, that could certainly upgrade us in terms of that particular position. More from the press conference. Best case, worst case scenario. The Cowboys will be at the mercy of the unpredictability of the NFL Draft, as the franchise won't go on the clock until pick no. 58. With the number of variables in place, the Cowboys front office has to be ready to react quickly and on the fly. While it's impossible to predict how the Cowboys will react, Sports Day's John Owning recently used their list of pre-draft national visitors as a guiding light to who Dallas will likely target in the second round, and broke down likely best and worst case scenarios. Draft history. From Troy Aikman to Quincy Carter. From Leighton Vander Esch to Bobby Carpenter. The Cowboys have had a checkered history when it comes to the draft, and we've tried to recap all of it. The best and worst Cowboys picks. Click or tap the position to see the installment. QB, RB, WR, TE, OL, DL, LB, DBTHE. Best and worst picks in Jerry Jones era. The 5 best draft picks, the 5 worst draft picks, the 5 best Cowboys draft classes, the 5 worst Cowboys draft classes. 6 replacement. A surprise direction the Cowboys could go with their first pick is running back. With Ezekiel Elliott firmly in place, there's currently not much room in the Cowboys' backfield for other opportunities. But what about in a few years? Tim Cowlishaw recently wrote about the plausible possibility of the Cowboys eventually parting ways with Elliott. Doc talks Kyler et al. Draft storylines center solely around the Cowboys. In a video shared recently by Oklahoma football's Twitter account, Dak Prescott shared an uplifting message to last season's Heisman winner Kyler Murray, who is in the middle of his own draft process after the Oklahoma quarterback chose to play football over professional baseball. Balancing act while early returns for the Cowboys giving up a first-round pick for Cooper seem worth it. Sportsday's Kevin Sherrington recently wrote about the Cowboys' rough history heading into a draft already down their top pick. Sherrington, generally speaking, it's not good planning to go into a draft without a first-round pick. He tends to be the best player you end up with, if for no other reason than the odds of getting it right are better. When the Cowboys have sat out the first round, it's usually made for a long weekend. Of the 7 drafts Jerry hasn't had a first-round pick, 1993, 95, 96, 2000, 01, 04 and 09, 5 are in the running for his worst ever. Sorry if that just ruined your meal. Such a history doesn't necessarily mean the Cowboys' chances are doomed next week. Will McClay coordinates the drafts these days, and his record is fairly outstanding. One of his greatest strengths, the panel concluded Wednesday, is his ability to generate a consensus in the war room. Of course, it's helped his chances that he's always had a first-round pick to work with. Read more. This topic is missing your voice. View comments. Let's block ads.